dropped down and we are on the backside of Mount Shasta basically now. And in the rain shadow. So a more arid region. The front side of the mountain gets most of the moisture and then this area is left without, so it's a type of desert. And massive lava flows out here that we can check out. And whatever else. So we've turned off onto the Lava Beds National Monument Road. We're making our way out to it. It's paved, just a couple potholes, beautiful desert scenery. On the other side of those mountains is Highway 5. So we are at Valentine's Cave. It looks like the CDC recommends headlamps to fight COVID, and I do believe the lava actually scorched the trees. Now I don't know how recent the volcano erupted, but you can see the trees are all black. Kids, don't listen to this man. Now it looks like there is a fire. They got a little paved path. There is a wheelchair ramp here. It's scary that we would send people in a wheelchair down into a cave. Alright, that's cool. Okay, there's bats in here. There's sharp things. There's people with boots. And some sort of propeller device that you don't want to put your fingers in. Okay. I bet you that's the secret back way. So these were tunnels that were completely underground and then they caved in. Ooh, it's so cold and like snowy and stuff. And then it's so warm right here. This is awesome. Look at the portal. And I'm sure that these are modern, you know, stairs. I'm not sure what that's about, that line of rocks, but this is really cool. This is like a central pillar. This is awesome. Is it just... Oh no, it goes back that way. It doesn't just go anywhere. This is what I remember last time. Isn't that awesome? It looks like a water flow or something. Is it instantly right from the doorway? There's choices to make. And I guess that's the thing about caving. Is no, so that goes back around, okay. So maybe that's why it's called Valentine's Caves, because the central thing looks like a heart. Wow, but look at the roof. Yeah. I'd say so. I have to bend down a little bit there. Yeah, so that goes all the way around. That does look like a heart. Got headlamp power and super strong gear light power. Oh, look at the roof. Oh, that is awesome. Looks like 1 billion people have come through here and snapped off little souvenirs, unfortunately. But yeah, let's clear this room just for spooks. I think is what I like to do when I come into caves generally. Oh, yeah, I think it keeps going. That's awesome. There's a big deep cave back there. Listen how quiet it is. We are in a hole in the ground in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. I'd say you're usually fine inside of a cave unless you try and snap off stalagmites, and then the cave beast will get you. So don't ever do that. This shape is so cool. It looks like a natural trough just running the water off down and around there. That is so cool. And the water would run down. It runs down and runs down and runs down, and it would collect there, you know? And then there's even a lower spot and a lip, and then that runs down, down, down. And the point of that would be what, to not have that go. So it's probably just natural, but could that have been used somehow? Because this is just water flow. You can see that these cracks just emit water down here constantly. And you see, this is still the wettest spot. It just seems, I just don't know that I can completely write that off as. There's one on that side though. Do you see that? So all of the water essentially that would be running down here and here would accidentally, I suppose, be caught in these perfect troughs and then accidentally travel down this like a conduit almost, while keeping the floor mostly dry in these huge nice living spaces. And then this thing continuing on and on. You can see it's like the natural banding in the rock, I guess. But wow. Wow, okay. Just wicked. It's where a piece fell off. So basically, a lot of this is just drippings. Here's what it looks like. Oh God, okay, that's enough of that. Ooh. So that is the problem with water. Yeah, that whole center island's gonna fall. Look at the separation right there. We're going out of here. That's already shifted down 4 inches. And 4 inches. I'm no fool. Okay, that's gonna be, as far as I go into that cave, these are out here. I think there's 200 of these caves in this particular park. And you're just free to wander down them. And yeah, be very careful if you do. But I think they go for miles and miles and miles. Maybe we'll come back with some buddies on a purely caving adventure. Wow. Yep, a day of caves in the snow. Okay. And just see the flow in the lava. So as far as you can see here, as far as the eyes can see, this is all old eroded lava beds. The mountains that you can see that look like this, that are pushed up through it, are small cinder cones. So they're basically like a volcano that got shoved up. There's one distance We're behind Mount Shasta. We're on the back side of it, on the east side of Shasta, paralleling Highway 5. So we're going out to Merrell Cave now to look inside that one. I don't know how far down I'm going to go inside any of these, but yeah. And just kind of poking around. It is a freezing cold day, and where I was going to be, it is pouring rain. And so this is the best thing we can do, is kind of explore around a little bit, jumping in and out of the car, seeing what roads are open for the season, and just all that, gathering the details. I don't know if you can make it out, but that's what we're headed towards, is Tule Lake. So it's one of the largest bird migratory stopping spots. The epic part about it is that before the pioneers were here, the water extended across the entire valley out there. The entire area was water, a huge inland fresh sea that was just teeming with life. These areas around it would have been areas to camp around this massive inland sea. And they drained it out, they dug ditches in the fields and let the water out of the lake basically so they could make it into cropland, and that's what it looks like these days. It's 1/10 of its size down at the deepest end of the valley, and the rest of it is cropland. So just imagine that. Okay, so wow, this one's got some pretty steep stairs here. Okay, make sure we're not being followed. Yeah, this is steep. Oh, already a windbreak. Look how massive that is. Looks like it caved in and goes up to, oh, the skylight on the other side. Okay. Looks like there's railings and stuff in this one. Okay. There you go. It's already just about head height to me, so about 6 foot. Pretty loose stuff in these caves, I'm telling you. Those are just arches of loose rock. Don't touch them too much. And there's the portal out. Okay. Yeah, this is cool because it's got the railing. Gives you a sense of safety. I guess it's because there's so much stuff that's fallen off of the roof. God, those are just not even hanging there, people. Okay. Uh-huh. It's a little spooky. Pretty awesome. Oh, no way. Wow. Decisions, right? It's a platform. This is the ice rink. It just dead ends there. There was an ice rink that was down here that they used to use. And then it went away. There's no more ice here anymore. Probably because they let the water pressure out of the entire valley would be my guess. Yeah, that was a huge... Oh, ow, hit my head. Lights out. There's the portal. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's see what... Oh. Nothing glowing with ultraviolet. So this is all just lava that's extruded from underneath the back edge of a huge flat type of volcano instead of a big cone volcano, a shield volcano. And so its flow came out this way, and then you can see cinder cones, all these mountains in the distance erupted up out of the earth like a volcano, but without a core really, and just shoved up. So those are huge piles of this stuff basically heaped up. And then this slopes out and out and out and out to what's now currently the Thule Lake. And then these chunks of land that you see in the distance would have actually been in the lake bed. The lake bed came really close to the bottom of the lava flow here. And we're at what's called the Devil's Homestead. Big bluff of consecutive layers of lava that you can see here. Above us is what stretches off into the distance to make this just epic view. You can see why you would choose this to be a place to make your last stand, to be your holdout zone. It is just rugged. It's like the Black Mountain of Australia or something, just caves and caves and caves underneath this. The world's just a huge boulder field. And it just goes off into the distance. That's where all the caves where we were at just now are, is all out through there. So all this cropland that you see here would have been lake bed. Would have been lake bed. You're standing. Are they gonna cross? Are you crossing? Cross! Cross! basically this end of the valley and then wrapping around to the deep end. Look, so they're obviously following something and feeding on something. And then if you look far out in the lake, there's another group of pelicans out there doing the same thing. So you can kind of see how big of a lake this is. And the land on the far side, those are farms and stuff over there. So these are all birds that have traveled from the ocean and they're inland, feeding on this huge sea. And the pelicans usually have a pretty good idea where the little fish are, and the flying birds are kind of hovering around waiting for them to discover it. You see the sunshine lighting up the pelicans in the background out in the distance. Down here and stand here and see what was seen. Different types of snails. If you go to Petroglyph Point at the far end of this, you will see petroglyphs that were painted on the cliffs when people were in canoes, and now it is dry farmland. So mind-boggling. Had to film that. That's pretty crazy. Look at the building made out of rocks all mortared together up here. Behind these is probably like tractor work sheds and stuff, it looks like, but wow, what a view, right? There's my house. Seagulls in the middle of the mountains. Well, for me, I'm heading off down that way, get on Highway 5, and start working my way back towards home. There's probably going to be another couple of adventures on this one, so stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this. This just goes under our more exploring. You know, we weren't really treasure hunting, although many of the things that I saw today were treasure. So this was a loop, leaving Highway 5, going out to McLeod, getting out into the National Forest, driving around behind Mount Shasta, coming up here. I believe Mount Shasta's in one of these clumps of cloud here, actually probably making the cloud. And then, yeah, just a big old loop and all the different things that you can see. So these Tule reeds that you can see in the distance would have been on both sides. And when the water was high, before the ditches were here to drain it out, this would have been just infinite little tufts of reeds and lake going off into the distance. All of these were just backcountry lakes. Beautiful and freezing. Absolutely freezing. with water flowing in between all the reeds still. It's actually sad, to this day they're still developing and bulldozing the willows and all that right down there. But this is what the entire valley floor looked like. Look at that paradise. It is just cattails and reeds and Tule reeds and just a paradise. It doesn't take much. You just take that and you drain out the water with a couple of ditches and then you till it. It's a field. Really low water years in California too, so how far back that goes, that's just crazy. Crazy beautiful. I hope you can stretch out your imaginations and see what this place looked like in its pristine past too, when it was whole. Look at this big marsh hawk landing right here. Beautiful. Can't ask for a better sunset. And an empty highway. Road runners in the roadside.